Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss about the balanced diet. And in the previous class, we had discussed about the nutritions. What are the nutritions are present in our food, like the carbohydrate, fats, proteins, minerals, and vitamins. So here we will be discuss about the balanced diet and what is the importance it in our lives. So here you will be see. Firstly, we will be try to the meaning of the diet. As you know that all the things which we are eat, that is known as the diet. What we are eating, that will be come under our diet. And the balanced diet, generally those types which contains all the nutritions in the proper amount, or we can say in the adequate amount, or in the same proportions, or adequate amount means the it's based on our requirement, according to our requirement of body. So all the nutritions must be present in food, that will be known as the balanced diet. So we can say if all the foods which we are eating, it will be contains all the nutritions in the same proportions, then we can say that is the balanced diet. And balanced diet is essential for us because it keep us healthy. Okay, it keeps us our body healthy, and it protects from the diseases. So you will be see here the balanced diet has all the nutritions in the correct proportions in the adequate amount. So if you will be see this pyramid that are made up by the all the nutritions, at the bottom you will be see here those nutritions are present, those food substance present that contains carbohydrate. As you know that, like the bread, like the maize, like the rice, like the wheat, so all these things they are present, or we can say they are rich in the carbohydrate nutritions. And carbohydrate give us energy, so these nutritions are required the high amount. We need this substance in the maximum quantity. That's why we put them into the bottom of this pyramid. The meaning of bottoms, it required in the high quantity, maximum quantity. Bread, rice, wheat, corn, these are the source of the carbohydrate. And if you will be see the second, at the second place we keep those sources which contains the proteins. So we all know that protein is also required by our body, and the function of it help us in the grow. Okay, it help in the grow of our muscles, our body. So it is also required by our body in the plenty amount. So we can say it is required in the less than carbohydrate, but maximum or more than other substance. Okay, and the third level you will be see here like the vitamins and the minerals. So those sources are present, that contains high amount of the vitamin and minerals, like the fruit and vegetables. As you know that fruit and vegetables, they contains vitamin and minerals, and they are required by our body less than proteins and carbohydrate, but it is also required and we have to take it daily. Okay, on the daily basis. At the bottoms, okay, at the top you will be see there are those food substance which contains the fat or oil. So we can say fat, oil and sugar, we required it the sparingly. Our body required it in the less amount, so we need in the less quantity. And we can say fat is required by our body comparatively all the nutrition. So fat is required in the less amount comparatively all the nutrition, like carbohydrate, protein, vitamin and fat. So this pyramid represent our body requirement, different different nutritions. कार्बोहाइड्रेट कितना चाहिए, प्रोटीन्स कितना चाहिए, विटामिन कितना चाहिए और फैट कितना चाहिए, ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. नाउ यू विल बी सी the exercise and rest. These are the two terms, both are important for our good health. Okay, only balanced diet does not adequate for the healthy or good health. So you have to remember exercise and rest both are also required, because if we talk about the exercise make our bones and muscles strong. If we will do exercise, so our muscles, our bones will become the strong. And exercise is also increase the flow of blood. So when we will be do the exercise, the flow of the blood will be increased, and it will be increase the oxygen level in our body. Okay, so flow of blood will be supply the more oxygens in our body, so we can say that is also helping us to make the healthy. And the another things, after the exercise we generally get the sweat, and in the sweat process there are some certain waste materials come out from our body. So when the waste materials will be come out from body, so we can say our body are healthy. Okay, because there are removing the some waste materials from our body in form of sweat. And another important things we can say, it is also increase the efficiency of the heart, because the function of heart is just pump to the blood in our body. So we can say the flow of the blood is done by the heart, that is the cardiac muscle systems. And if we will do exercise, so flow of the rate, or we can say rate of the flow of blood will be increased in our body. So circulations of blood will be increased, so it will increase the efficiency of our heart. And the rest, so we have to take the around 7 to 8 hours daily rest, because it is necessary for well-being, because all the organs in our internal part or in our external parts, they require the rest, or we have to take around the 7 to 8 hours rest daily. If you will be see the disease, the another terms disease, we generally get it by the some microorganism, or we call them the germs. So disease are generally we get from the some microorganism, or we can get by the some deficiency of the nutrition. So we can say, if I explain you what is the meaning of disease, disease is generally abnormal conditions of the body and that affect the function of our body. Okay, so abnormal condition which are affecting the functioning, that is known as the disease. And we will be generally classify them into the two groups. One is the communicable, known is the non-communicables. So communicable disease are generally those disease which can easily spread from the one person to another person, and they are especially, or we can say they are generally spread by the tiny organism that is known the germs. So I think as you know that the COVID-19, it can easily transmit from the one person to another person, because it is made by the germs, and that is known the virus, coronavirus. So these are spreading by the germs. So we can say those disease which can spread from one person to another person, they are spread by the some germs. And there are different type of the germs, like the bacteria, protozoa, virus, and fungi. You will be see the bacteria cause some disease like the typhoid, tuberculosis, cholera, and plague. So these disease will be spread by the bacteria, like the malaria and dysentery. And the dengue, you can also add these disease generally caused by the protozoa. Cold, chickenpox, measles, and mumps, these caused by the virus. You can also add the coronavirus, COVID-19. Okay, and the like ringworms, that will be disease spread by the fungi. So these are disease are spreading from one person to another person, because they are caused by the germs. But another disease which cannot be transmitted from the one person to another person, they are known the non-communicable disease. So non-communicable disease generally occur, or we can say if a persons are getting in the excessive amount of any nutrition, or the deficient amount of the any nutrition, या तो न्यूट्रिशन ज़्यादा हो जाए बॉडी में, या न्यूट्रिशन कम हो, then a persons will be affected by the non-communicable disease. So for example, like the heart disease, like the diabetes, like the failure of kidney, and like the deficiency disease. Deficiency disease means the deficiency of any nutrition in our body. And other example like the diabetes, that are the excessive amount of the nutrition in our body. So these kind of the disease which we generally we get in the deficiency case or excessive case. So we will be discuss in the next class how do communicable disease spread. So thank you student.